Patrick in Selma, Alabama writes to me and he says, I noticed that lower priced, expensive, high fidelity cabinets are smaller than the obviously extremely expensive audiophile large speaker cabinets. I understand a lot of engineering goes into both category styles. I'm guessing that the larger audiophile speakers and cabinets are so expensive because of manufacturing costs of the cabinet, right, with their Mona Lisa finishes, whatever that is, and the cost of the larger woofers used, okay? If the smaller speaker cabinets are so good, then why do engineers construct large behemoths at outrageous prices? My guesses are, number one, mine is larger than yours, right? Two, larger speaker cabinets fill a room with music and sound better. Or three, such large speaker cabinets don't have to work as hard to produce the frequencies wanted with less chance of distortion than smaller ones, or some consequence I'm not aware of. Kind of closer to three. So let's start with the advantages and the difficulties of cabinet size. So here's an FR10. This is number 3 in the line, starting with FR30, which is the biggest, FR20, and now the FR10. And I know it's kind of up here, but it's not that big, right? And this has two 6.5-inch woofers. In the back, there's passive radiators. You have a mid-range up here. This is not a large cabinet. And even though it's not a large cabinet, it still produces a lot of bass. That took a lot of engineering, a lot more engineering expertise, chops, if you will, than in a bigger box. Bigger boxes make it easier to make more lower bass because the woofer doesn't have to work so hard. The point where the woofer starts rolling off goes down, 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 down with the size of the box. So the smaller the box, the more the point where the woofer can only go so low, and then it just starts rolling off. And the only way to really deal with that is by pushing the amplifier harder, by doing things like Chris did with this, with these very clever passive radiators in the back that are very specially tuned to work in concert with this. But this was a lot harder to design than the bigger FR30 in terms of bass response. So that's one of the reasons why bigger boxes are better for lower end. Not so great from looking at them in your room, but they do perform better. And yes, they are more expensive. Obviously, the cabinets are one of the biggest expenses in building a loudspeaker. This box is expensive to build, to paint, to get all this nice finish on here. And the drivers are expensive too, but nowhere near as expensive as the cabinet and the box and all that goes into it. So, yep, I'm not sure mine is bigger. I suppose there's some of that, but not here. So, all right. Thanks for the question. Hope that helped. Bye.